Starting on the last topic of Unit 3, which is Section 8, we're going to analyze arguments with Euler's diagrams. Now, keep in mind that an argument is based on a premise, or premises, that are assumptions or laws or rules, widely held ideas, observations, and then lead to a conclusion. So as we look at these, we're going to say, here's the premise. Do these premises lead to this conclusion? And in the case of Euler's diagrams, we think of a big circle and maybe a subcircle, and then positioning what we're interested in either inside this circle here or outside the circle. So if it's like this, it could be inside, could be outside, then it's not a valid argument. Okay, so these are the kinds of things we're going to look for as we go through this. And let's go on to our first lesson here. Example number 1. So in example 1, here we have all lizards are poisonous. So this is a premise. A skink is a lizard. A skink is poisonous. So let's create a big circle here on your paper and see if you can make an Euler diagram to see if this argument is valid. So something like this. The big circle, or lizards are poisonous, or all lizards poisonous. By the way, that's not true, but this is our premise. We're saying a skink is a lizard, so there's a sub-circle within this is a skink, and then a skink is poisonous. Since it's found within this big circle, this would be a valid argument. All right, on to number 2. All right, take a look at this, make an Euler's circle, and see what you can come up with. Now, as we look at this, the big circle, dogs love treats. Duchess, being a dog, would be in here, and Duchess loves treats. So the X, or having this there, validates this as a valid argument. Very similar to the previous one. Now for number 3, I helped out a little bit. All runners are athletes. So I think our big circle would be the athletes. And then within athletes, we have runners. Some are tall, some are short. Therefore, some, and that's a quantifier, athletes are tall. Is this a valid argument? Well, looking at Euler's diagram here, it seems to support it. So I would say valid. Now in example 4, they are giving you the Euler diagrams. They want you to match up which is best described by these premises, either the top or the bottom. So take a moment to decide. Well, I would pick the bottom one, where here the premises lead to a proper argument, a valid argument, but it may not be true. You might say, why not? Well, remember, a writing toy would be a shooty shoot, a slide. You're riding on top of it and you're sliding down it. And let's give it a ladder here. Climb up on top and then you go down and have some support here or something. Anyway, you got to slide down. It doesn't have any wheels. But according to these statements, these premises, it does support its validity. Let's go on. Now, for any of these, as we've mentioned before, if you get a wrong answer, you can learn and then try a new one, and you want to shoot for 100% in your homework. So here they're giving us an introductory statement where they're saying, an argument can have a true conclusion yet be invalid. And then the reason for this is that there may be some uncertainty as to where to place that X, as we described in our flip classroom lesson. So here, Smithfield is south of Main Corners. So here, let's make a little picture. This is Main Corners, and Smithfield is south of this, south of Pershing. Well, we'll have to look at that a little bit different here. Maybe this is Pershing here. So this would be south of Pershing. Now, Main Corners is south of Pershing. Now, it might be, or it might not be. We don't know based on these premises. So with that, what does it look like? And we would select C here. The argument is invalid based on the given premises. Main Corners is not necessarily a member of cities that are south of Pershing. We don't know that. All right, this is going to be a short lesson. We just have one more to do. Now, in example 6, they're asking us to decide whether the argument is valid given these premises and this conclusion. A, all books written by P. Smith are travel books. All travel books are worth reading. Some of Harold's books, now this is introducing another individual, are worth reading. Well, we don't know whether Harold has any travel books in his collection or not. Conclusion, no books worth reading are owned by Harold. Well, we don't know that to be true. So this would be invalid. Again, looking at these, studying them, weighing the evidence, and again, we're only looking at this as an introductory study. We're not trying to make you court lawyers or anything. All right, we'll wind this up.